everything functioning. Sort of. Looking for me there. Maybe not so much working for me there. That's fine. Okay. Where do we leave off? We have our drain out of fuel once again. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Full fuel ready to grab. You know what? Let's fix this. I don't know what this revamping is going to look like, but it needs to happen. Needs to happen. Okay. So these 3 train stations, fuel recharging on them doesn't work. The reason is because the actual train stop is on a junction. The arms don't handle it well. If I do this, that usually fixes it. In this case, it's not fixing it at all. Weird. Maybe if I just put an arm closer. I think I tried that over here. This guy's getting it. Maybe it is the arm closer that fixes it. Because that guy ended up getting fuel. He hasn't complained since. So maybe it's just a simple matter of putting the arm in a different spot. It'd be great, honestly. I don't relish the idea of having to rip apart those train stations. Apparently I'm low on green arms. I have blue arms. I have a few blue arms. I need more blue arms. Means I need yellow arms. Yellow arms into blue arms. It's just the paint, honestly. First they're yellow, then you paint them blue, and then in order to get green, you gotta paint them blue first. Yellow and blue make green? That's true, isn't it? I think that's true. RGB. Red, green, blue. Okay, never mind. Green is a base color. It's red and green that make yellow. You have yellow. Take out the green to make blue, and then you continue to take out the blue to make I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to make sense of something that I've made up in my own head. Okay. I mean, I do go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, go down that rabbit hole. I'm gonna get these things to start producing automatically. Big is my funny contraption. This thing, how big is this thing? I think it's massive. It's too massive. I need one of these for each? I don't know. Oh no. So is this actually gonna build? I feel like I made the parts a little bit too. Let's see. I can always unbuild it. Ooh, looks like we got the parts for it. What is this gonna do? This is gonna give us a very thorough output of a recipe. Let's get one of these over here. One in each corner. Thing. Hopefully. Maybe an intense waste of parts. Computation is not cheap. This is like the old like 50s computers where they had to have like entire office spaces dedicated to a crap load of switches. Like you guys should have power already. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. All right. As this is built. Oh, oh, hold on. That's all stuff that need to fill my body. Main arms. And do we have rods in here? Oh god, I gotta get rid of these things. What about that? Green rods. Produce a bunch of rods in here. We did start automating rods. A little bit. We actually get them plugged in here. Where are they? They're up here. They're pretty close, actually. It'd be bad just to fit them in here. Might do that. Rods are built here. That's the way to do this. I'm gonna get them here. I just put them across here again. That. So we'll just keep the width. Good. And straight down into here. No! Damn it. Fixable. Like trying to squeeze every square out of this. And then we split these up. And one here. You are going to be designated wire. And you're interested in rods. Send it through and designate the input. Work? It worked. On your... signal. Why are we not getting rods coming out of here? Is this not transmitting rods? Oh, because we already have tons of rods in here. That's why. So it's doing its job. It's applying rods because we were already full up on rods in that one. Means you can build these. I think those are fun, right? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, now it's feeding in. Beautiful. There, and then these can come across. Thing here. Rods. Aim setting is this. Designate rods. Input. Just like that. Easy squeezy. And you are also full on rods? You are. Right. Why don't you produce me more of these? Right. Okay. What else do we need in here? We need iron ore to come into these things too. How many materials? Many thingies. The length of our plinko is not wide enough. We're going to add a bigger bus to this. We would need to pull all these things up and have a wider plinko. Only 2 arms are only utilizing this, which is okay, but something to note for efficiency later. What does that do for us? Right, we were building that weird thing over there. Oh yeah, and we didn't actually finish fixing this train station. It's amazing how quickly multiple, like, to-dos will just enter my brain. I don't know if it's specific to Factorial, or it's just, like, my brain is wired. Sometimes I call it easily distracted. Sometimes I call it fixation. Okay. Okay. Good work. It worked over here. It works sometimes, but not other times. I don't understand it. Don't understand it. I mean, I think my solution was just to not have the fuel be... Like, I just need to remove the fuel and just have fuel restocked in other places. Maybe I'll just do that. I mean, what would my solution look like? Either I move the train forward, but that's kind of going to mess up my ability to pull items off. I can move it one back. But the problem is you can't have stations on Richards. I think I'm just gonna have like fuel built somewhere else, like screw this system. Maybe it works sometimes, maybe it doesn't work, but not to rely on it. I think maybe is my solution here. Just have to be my solution. This guy's dropping off. This guy's doing a good job just dropping off a bunch. Say as he just drops off none. What the frick? Wasn't he? The heck? I mean, where am I imagining he's actually picking it up from? Isn't it? Maybe this needs to be here. No. Like a crazy person. Okay, he needs to grab from here. So only grab fuel. Okay. So that should work. It comes by. Shaking my head. Putting it here. It's working. It's pulling from here. It looks so different here. Move the box. Maybe I just need to have the arm further up. But I tried that already. Obviously I tried that because there's a box there. How about like further up? Maybe I just move the whole train up. I don't know. I moved the whole train up one. Stations. Build some more stations. It's not quite it. Not what I'm going for. Do we have stations designated here? Look like it. Let's go 100. Maybe 100's too many. 50. Go 100. Oops. And 100. Actually building, what are we missing? Circuits. Why don't we have circuits coming here? Shit. Having some kind of weird bleeding going on here. For some reason, these guys are receiving iron ore. Why? I'm mining iron ore. Is it you? Maybe he's receiving iron ore from under here? Didn't seem like it. Simple solution. I'm assuming it's coming from there. Other places, no, it's coming from up here. What the fuck? Ah. Ruining everything. Yeesh. Why are we getting iron ore in here? Why is iron ore being dropped off here? Doesn't seem like it is. Don't think I have a train designated to do that. Station name? You drop off one. Name it copper. Why is iron showing up here? Reason why iron will be coming in through here. And the only reason I can think of is this guy's stopping at iron extraction main ore drop off number 3, which is this one over here. Someone explain to me how we're getting iron ore. Crazy. You know what the best thing to do is? Put a frickin' filter on all this. Make sure we're not getting mixage. And that should hopefully fix it. Absolute mystery to me. Mixing in somewhere. Granted, sometimes I disassemble something and it happens to pick up, drop off or leave on the ground a bunch of ore, but this is kind of whack. Look, it's even in this, like, what the frick? Like a lot of it, holy shit. Mom. Still. Up. Look, it's still coming. Ah. Don't take the iron ore. Don't take the iron ore. Ugh. Okay, hold on. We're in a box right here. Arm. Knee iron plate grab. No more. Like, look how much it's doing. That's crazy. Crazy how this shit's getting filled up. Hopefully that hold it. Yeesh. So much junk. Eventually I have to do something with that junk. Okay. Okay, we don't need more of these. Think. We got some. That's enough out of you. Okay. I'll distract. Did I solve my problem? No, I still need to get some fuel going here. Maybe I need to start using up this rocket fuel. Really, I just need to swap these out for rocket fuel. So what does that mean? I mean, I just string this back around, put it in here. Is your uncle? I mean, so we want this to come out, but then comes the rocket fuel, essentially. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Then we will make sure we're getting rocket fuel to all our trains. Which allegedly is the most efficient fuel. I mean, I say that, but I don't actually know that. Okay, so back around this way. God, really? Not a belts? Crazy. Crazy. I mean, so ideally, this thing over here, this big contraption over here, is gonna be able to output a recipe. If this works. Don't know why we have these chests here. See if this works. Select recipe. Blue circuits. Bam. Our output is everything that needs to go into blue circuits. Like, that's what we start to work with, right? So let's think about both ends of this. Into this input, we're going to need a list of all the ingredients that we want. I mean, so we can only put in one recipe into this system. And what this will do for us is identify the recipe, identify the subparts, identify those subparts, and then groups them all together as a whole list of all the ingredients that you need to build Z thing. Super important. Because then we can start to designate our factories to build incrementally from lowest tech to high tech based on our request that we need to do. So what we have here is a list of items that we want to build. We have here is a list of items that we have. And this is giving us a contrast, I think. So this output signal here is all the things we want to build. So I need to put this as an output. So that I have an incrementer that's going to select a recipe and then give me all the sub recipes from it. And then from there, all those sub recipes incrementally get put into here, which is checking if there's a difference. Right, if we have 75 or 750 of those items, then we input it. We output it as a thing to build. I guess my question is, Just do it now. We have all the parts. What is the intermediary logic and circuits that we need to put these three things together? I think I just need to pull this signal. This is all things that we want to build. Let's try plugging it into there and see what it does. I don't know how far this thing can stretch. Didn't reach. Classic. Oh dear. Bad. Okay. We have a whole random list of things. Now, I don't think this is going to handle multiple inputs. Right, this is just going to give us one. So we're going to need one of these to determine what signal we're actually wanting to output. So selects a specific signal of all the output signals based on criteria. It doesn't really matter what we give it, because we want to get through all these things and have them filled, have the orders filled. I think I do want to adjust, instead of being 750, I think I want to adjust this to be 500. Because once we start pumping in all these things to build, I'm worried these things are going to fill up like mad. Like crazy. 500 of anything is quite a bit. Especially since we're like direct feeding. I think 500 will do us just fine. So let's make that adjustment now. This needs to be 500 and this needs to be 500. Try that. Because we don't want to like overstock. Like this is kind of going to be an overstock for this, and once this starts pulling, it's going to feed up. Good, but I think we're underestimating how many pieces of everything we're going to have. Bring it down to 500. I think that will be an improvement. So, what do we got? Saving it. Did I end up porting my incrementer? Yeah, index iterator. So this thing's an interesting contraption. With this thing, we can iterate. We can iterate through a... The thing about this index iterator is I was specifying the size of the array based on the number of items in the box, which I don't think I need to do. These combinators can tell me the number of distinct input signals. Like, so we need this. Count input signal. What's the number of distinct input signals, right? This will just be like a numeral. Make it like equal. And then we hook up this red dude to it. So this thing is going to be giving us an exact number of how many recipes we essentially have, how big the array is. So we need to minus this by 1, right? Because we are dealing with an array. An array starts at 0. So let's get ourselves a arithmetic combinator. Plug that in. Anything? Each? -1. But again, we'll just use the same each. There we go. So we're subtracting it by 1. Now we've got our array size. What do we do with the array size? Where the index thing comes in. I think I know. We're still going to be using the indexer. We're still going to be using this indexer. We're still going to use the indexer, but I still need belts, damn it. Actually, I'm trying to solve this repeated problem that I have of keep having to run back and forth for parts because I want to build quickly, right? And like I have the tech now to build quickly, but I need the automation so that it supports me that way. Belts here, we do. Give me all the belts. Like this is gonna work great. If I can get this logic to function well, this is gonna work great. Like I'll be like, oh, I need my red belts. Red belts, please. And now this output signal is giving me everything that I need to build those red belts first. I thought this was supposed to combine both though. Weirdly enough. That's an easy fix, isn't it? When I end up just connecting this thing here. Will give me, yeah, that will give me that. Right, so then I just need to increment through this array on the right here, the thing that I want to build. It's not gonna give plates because plates not built there, but then it's gonna build 500 cogs. It's gonna build 500 of those. But, oh my god, that's something I didn't think about. What if the then end result recipe is... It's like you almost... Maybe I don't want this connected here, because I do want to iterate through all of them. I might end up shooting myself in the foot if I connect this here. Because at first we just want to deal with this and get this up to 400. And once they all equal that, then you output this signal. But that's tough because I'm gonna have to think about how I manage the switch, right? Because as soon as this thing is under 500, if I don't set up the logic for it, it's gonna switch immediately as soon as it builds one. I think. I'm gonna have to set up some like in-between logic instead of being like, if this is less than 500, I need to say, if this is less than 500 and greater than 0. I guess once anything reaches 0, then you want to switch your thing again. Okay, what's happening? Ooh, that's not good. Hitch a ride? My nearest vehicle. Frick. I'm gonna have to commandeer this train. We have an emergency. Hopefully I don't run into anything. Whee! I have to obey my own traffic signals. I'm taking a right. Arc. Bit a hole through my frickin'... Looks like we did take care of it, but we're gonna need one more of these here. Hello? That sound? Sounds like something menacing. Oh my god, there's a base right there. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Decided to kind of just pop up there, huh? Get you on your way. I'm gonna jump out at some point. I need to get to my tank. Oh dear. This needs to be one of these. And we also need an intermediary signal here. Oh, no, don't go, don't go. Just jump on the back here. Okay. I'm gonna jump out here. I have to do some bug killing. That is not good. Damn. I've got a few bases here. That's going to be a concern. Yeah, I think eventually, like, this running around and killing bugs is not going to work out for me. Eventually, I'm going to have to build up a wall. That was one of my to-do lists. It's working pretty good. Just to drive this thing out during the day, because then I actually have solar power to charge my shields. Gunked up. too. Pretty easy so far. I'm kind of worried though. The more I kill these bugs, the stronger they're gonna get. Eventually they might outpace my DPS. Damage per second, by the way, for the layman. It's a pretty strong cannon, though, that's for sure. Okay, that should do it for a bit. We should build a radar here, so I have a better idea. Shit's getting real. You guys just not going for some reason? What's going on here? Automatic. You're set to go for home base. And yet you're not moving. Because you need a... No, it's alright. We just need to go like this. This is separate. It's broken. What? Why is this unhappy? Are you unhappy? How did I fix this? I genuinely thought I fixed this. I think because these things are so close, they're just an issue. No, I need to like separate these two. I mean, if it doesn't work, just add more signals, right? I mean, this is good. Because we want them to stop when... Oh my god, what's going on here? He was stopping because, right, I need to add more signals here? I guess. You guys are sorting yourselves out yet? Sorting yourselves at all? Kind of sorting themselves out. In my defense, it's a pretty complicated train line. Not super complicated, but a lot of moving parts. Okay, back to the circuits, where I was rudely interrupted by bugs. Okay, so we got the incrementer. We've got ourselves a number of signals. What do we do here? Right, so this is... Okay, what did I do here? Right, this is so I can put something on here to give me a time count. And a signal. The signal is going to the arm. The arm is enabled to say if anything meets the condition, it will pass. Right, so I was using this objects being moved to here to iterate into the next thing. So we almost want to add a and here. Yeah, this would be a good place to and. Because we want to iterate up every time. We want to create a signal that tells us these guys are working or not working. So every time this passes through, we're checking whether our things are working or not. And we'll probably make these slow belts to give it enough time. So let's do the tedious thing. Get ourselves a single object. How did we do that? Doesn't really matter what it is. Let's do a cube. We're going to give this an arm. Okay, this. Enable disable. Enable if this is equal to or less than anything. Anything is equal to or less than 1, grab it. Anything is equal to or less than 1. Let's see. Everything is... Stop it. You're killing me. No. Fine. Alright, I wasn't done here. If everything is equal to 0, you can work. Oh yeah. Override stack size, just 1. There we go. We did it. Stop. Alright, now we got our dude. Here we go. Woohoo! Okay, so here's our little time thing. This thing pulsing every time. If this thing had something in it, it would move it. Okay. We're gonna do a little test here. This is going to make something simple. Let me have plates for a little bit. Let me have one set of plates, please. Bring me plates. Bring me my plates. Everything else, I guess. All these people want to bring me plates. Yum, 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 yum. Play. Also restocking my ammo. And my belt, too. Thank you. Yum, 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 yum. Thanks, guys. So helpful. Okay. Now we're going to change you to plate. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you're listed as. Okay, so we put plates in here. This is going to increment every time. So if you look at our output signal, no? Confused here. Optional, it's a reset signal. Output signal, here we go. And then, okay, problem with my output signal is that it's not reacting to the number. And that's fine. We're just gonna have to rewire this a little bit. We want the reset to happen. Where do we want the reset to happen? What is this doing right now? This is iterating through index. So if I have 39 index points, no. Maybe it relates to the output arm, like when it's done reading. That's the thing that we can grab here. We can have read working and read when recipes finish. It puts the given signal for one tick when the recipe completes. So can't we trigger a test? Because we want it to iterate up when the recipe's finished and okay. I got the components here. We're just gonna have to do a bit of rewiring. This is our test. I'm having two things in my brain at once. I have a reset signal in my mind, and then I've got an iteration. So we don't want it to flip recipes while it's still producing. What does that look like? This thing is going to have, let's just build another one of these here. All right, I gotta do this. Do this in designer mode. If I'm doing it, I may as well just do it right. Okay. Our iterator here. Iterator. mean, we don't need these things. We need power, though. Okay, so we got a factory. No, we've got a list of items. Maybe I'll just do it in here. I already just have everything here. Just do it from here. Nice and quick, nice and fluid, focused. Okay, so what's our next problem? Got a list of recipes. We've got the total number of... Well, this is our reset signal. Okay, let's step away from our reset signal for a second. What do we need to do with this? We need to do with this list of recipes. We need to iterate through them. So in order to iterate through them, we want to just have another combinator doing what? This to here. And then select an input based on a specific index. We want to just move upwards through it. We can just do a random one. But random one means... I mean, I think random one is okay. Because I don't know how to get this thing to stop. When it goes random, it like freaking loses its mind. Sorry, we don't want this. We don't want red going here. We want this red going here. So look, this is just like rapidly cycling through all the different ones. The update interval can be slowed down to like... This is funny. This is funny. What if we attach green wire to here? I'm gonna remove this. We're just gonna attach green wire to here. This is always going to increment us through a different set of recipes that we want to do. But it's too fast, right? Like, how would you get it to stop where it is? Probably to hold the signal. This is cool. Like, thanks for showing me all the things that we need. We don't want our factories switching this often. All right, we just want to hold one set, and we want to work through that. And once we've worked through the set, assign the amount. We've got to figure out when we actually want the queue to move, right? So we have all these recipes. We have to choose when this is actually going to increment. When the index is actually going to change. So we're going to do select. Or it's ascending. I don't think it matters which ascending or descending. I don't think it matters. We could give it a priority list, but I don't think we need to do that. My original thoughts about it, I thought we'll need a priority list. Okay, so how are we iterating through? We're going to do it with a box like we've got here. This is going to have a whole bunch of stuff in it. we're going to get the arm to move something once it fulfills a particular condition. And we're going to check that condition every time this pulses. I think is a good thing. Or is there another way to do it? Maybe we want to iterate it based on... Actually, this is pretty good. Okay. I don't think we want to iterate the arm on this thing. I don't think we need this thing right now. Nice little setup, but let's remove it for now. Look at you, you're so efficient. It's funny. What is this doing? I mean, we still want this thing connected to thing. Let's give it a green. And here, we don't know what this is yet. We're going to figure this out. Okay. So this is outputting an index number here. Right? So this is our index number. So we want to hook up this to here. And this is equal to anything. I mean, I guess it's specific to what we actually put in there. We're just going to do plates. Here, why not? Let's just do plates. Plate count. So right now, this thing is outputting... Whoa. Why is it outputting... That's janky. Select input, index. Oh, it's my bad, maybe. Oh, we just want to give it a number. Huh? But can't this just be a signal? Weird. Why isn't this working? Just have these wires crossed? Oh, sorry, we don't want this to be in the front. Right? No, we want to specify which signal it's actually going to be without transferring. What? Let's swap this. Now this is doing the last thing. But why is it adding the signal? I don't want it to add this signal. Why is it adding the signal? I just need to make it a signal that's not going to be recipe related. Yes. Then it's still using it as an index point, which is not good. I think the way I worked this last time, it was actually using a colored signal. So let's put a combinator here. Attach our green to it. And then what are we doing? For each thing is greater than 0 output. Number count. I guess green will be our... out, and then we're going to, I guess, kind of green here as well. Oh, I see why. Because this has to be red. That's my bad. This needs to be a red wire. Now, when we go here, this is going to be based on number in here. 12. It's outputting 12. Right? Oh no. Arc. This. There we go. Now it's outputting the 12th index based on this. Okay, we have this again. This is going to be now index 6. Perfect. So this will iterate through. We've got the index switching. I'm trying to make this neater. Neater. Make it neater now. Just move this thing over here. And then just replace the wires. And what else was going in there? Green wire. Green? Green. From the box. I want to just connect the box directly to it. Need this. Or this. Okay. That should still function as per. Red wire going in the back. I fucked it. What the fuck is this doing? Oh, I crossed some wires somewhere. That's where the thing blows up in your face. What is this supposed to do? Based on index. Yeah. Now this should be green. Still fucks with it. Right, still fucking with it. What did I just do? Box puts into here. Total count. I don't have 45 in here. What the hell? That's not right. I think that's what fucked it up. Oh, 6. Right. So now I need red wire here. Ah. Fuck that up a little bit. Okay. Great. Gravy train. There is our designation based on our items that we need to build and our incrementer based on box count here. Okay. Now we need to make this arm iterate through our items. But we're not quite there yet. Because we have all these things to build first. So we've given it a list. Now we have this other list of things that need to be built first before we build this. What does that mean? Does that mean we need another iterator? Kind of. We kind of need another iterator. Which is fine. Let's do that. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. Down here. Trust me, I want it to be closer, but it's just gonna have to be over here. I'm just gonna be looking at this like, what the fuck are you building? I don't know. I actually don't know yet what I'm doing. I have a vague idea of what I want it to do, but how I actually get there is a different story. Okay. Once again, Fine like that. All right, so now we have another iterator. So here's our signal. Like this signal, we want to mimic this. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about the repetition. Because when we assign a recipe, it's going to attempt to build whatever it can with the materials that it has. Now, I want to build in a system that when it gets stuck, it's going to move on to the next thing. Now, the question is, what does that mean? Move on to the next thing. Move on to the next main recipe or move on to the next sub recipe? I think it means the next sub recipe. I almost need both, right? I need a layer on both. I need I need it to increment up when either it's done everything or it can no longer build it after a certain amount of time has passed, because we have to give it time for it to fill. Right? And we want a collective signal of all 9 of these factories. We're going to just have them work together. So as long as one of them is working, we're not switching recipes, I think. And then if none of them are working after a certain period of time, then we switch to the next thing. So let's get that going. So we're going to do, once again, one of these. Swear that I'm smart. I swear that I'm smart. I believe that I'm smart. If I believe it, then the first step. Okay, so we've got our list of recipes coming through. Fire that to this. We want to give it index, once again based on this box, right? So we got going on here. This box is going to a combinator, which is choosing another one. And it's going to need this. Gosh, dude. Can you just be up here now? No offense, but you're kind of in the way. We're just mimicking this, essentially. Where this box is connected to the back of that. This box is gonna go these to make the ease of transfer. Went into the back of here. We're gonna have a red wire from the front of this to the back of this, which is also gonna feed to it the actual list. Yeah, you're still on the right track. You're golden, don't doubt. This needs a red from here to here. And then outputting there is to your factory. The green. So why is this not working? Because I didn't set this one. There we go. Now you're based on index. You need to recipe. Bingo. Okay. This is where it's gonna get really complicated because we're gonna start to put some logic in where this list. Hold on. What have we done? This is gonna increment up. Right now we're on index 0, I take it. Index 0. You're not outputting anything. It's fine, but it's not fine. Fine, because we always need to at least be doing 0. We need a combinator. There. And there. Putting out a single value. No, a 0 value green signal. 0 value green signal. So that we are defaulting to 0. To here. Red index 0. Confirm. Yes, we're on the first index. We happen to put this work. This works. Something in here. Gives me one of it. Beautiful. If I put one in here, it's very funny. Like what you did there. Give me one more. Okay, good. There's a reset thing already built in here, so that's why we need something in here before we reset. Anyway, we've incremented up, yes? We have not. Why have we not incremented up? Because you are not outputting based on index, right? Because I hooked up the wrong one. Fuck me. It's this one, it's this one. No, you're not putting anything out. You're putting out index 6. Oh my god. Maybe we don't +1 it. Well, we didn't +1 it. What is index 6 for this right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 from the back. Not bad. Hold on, maybe if we have it set up this way, this is going sort of ascending. Is that the same case here? Yeah. Descending for this one. I think that matters, but why is this not picking up anything? Question. Because index 1 be circuits. What's going on? These circuits. This help? Circuits when it's sort of descending. What the flip? I don't like the fact that the same signal I'm using to determine the index is... Can I just output a constant? This thing just output a constant without a signal. I don't think so. Not giving me the option. Let's be tied to a signal. Then this should just be, but I can't put each in any of these. It forces me to set a constant, but I want the constant to be based on a signal, which it is. I don't want that signal mingling with the index. Does it matter which wire it is? I did make it the same wire. What if this instead is a green wire? Instead of red. Oh, me another one. Give me one more. In here. I got 2 in there. What are you doing? You're still not liking it when it's the other way around. Why? It's almost like you're following this weird dummy signal. Or maybe the problem is I'm getting selected on things that can't be built. Actually makes a lot of sense. Right? Right now it's outputting... Yeah, it's outputting copper plates. Which is fine. Because the increment should adapt to that. Yeah, we're going to increment through these dummy materials, but we don't care. We don't care because we should have a system that will just increment. So this is working. This is working. We're at index 2. We're outputting copper. 0, 1, 2. 3. What happens if I put 4 in here? Okay, we got 4. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. My iterator's not working the way I want it to work. Isn't this also just doing based on signal? Each input count. And then how did I have this? What's index value? I mean, it did output the index value based on combinator. Based on this. No, this is just part of the reset. Optional reset signal. Piece it be. Okay. I'm not liking my array. My array is fucked. Why am I also getting like a higher number? Why is wire and copper coming out as 2? Because that's 2 instances. Because these recipes have 2 things that need to build it. Like, I may as well be designing something that, like, checks inventory. And if you have enough of the things in it to build X amount multiplied, then maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just like overthinking this. Maybe I just need some logic on the other end. Maybe I should be working from here backwards instead of from here that way. What I mean is like, okay, this has a recipe. What is the recipe? If each thing in it has enough to build it, then build it. And if not, build something else. Why don't I just do that? I feel like I'm still gonna use... Maybe I won't even use this, honestly. Maybe I'm just way over-engineering this thing. Here's the thing, all the things that I want. That's cool. That's a cool list. Here is all the things that here's all the things that I have in green. Is this coming through as the same one? Shouldn't my list be separate? Like, this is a red list. Oh, because it's green. I need to output red? Does that make a difference? Because this isn't switching the actual... Maybe this will work. Index 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. Plus 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, this aligns. If I switch it, now it's doing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do 5, it won't work. If I do 6, it'll give me red plates. Nope, now it's giving me red plates off of 5. The fuck? Is that a good thing? Maybe that's a good thing. It means it's not counting that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it 0. If I give it 0 now, and it gives me wire, then we're looking good. Okay. We did it. We made some progress. Okay, I just needed to switch the wire. Important thing to know about these selector combinators. They will take the list. They're not fucking with the wire type. So you have to keep your wire color the same as your... I mean, it's weird that if when I had green, it was still picking up red. Theory, what if I changed this to be like plate? Would that fuck with it? And then changed this to be plate as well. Did fuck with it. Did that fuck with it? Suddenly I have different items in my... They shouldn't. Well, plate's always the thing that's there. Why did the index change? Now I have an index of 1. I have an index of 1 because... Okay, no, I see. I see why I did this. Sometimes I have to like run 2 steps backwards to come back to where I was to figure out why I did the thing that I did. This seems messy though. This is such a messy system. But it works. It seems to work. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items in here. Put 6 in here. I hate doing it like this. There's got to be a better way. Yeah, 3. I swear to God, I don't know a better way right now in this moment. 5. Wait, we need a 0. We need a 0? Right now our index is not lining up. It's supposed to be 6, so we're supposed to add 1. Matter. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. Does it matter? I think it matters. I mean, we get through the list. Well, hold on. This is going to tell us what? This is going to tell us we have 6 signals, but we don't have 6 signals. We have 5 signals. Or at least when we're on 5, we're getting to the last one already. Does that work? Doesn't make any sense. This is 5, yet it's the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Then this is telling us we have 6, so this needs to... Right, that's why we subtract this by 1. Well, that's what we're doing up here. Doesn't that matter? No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is right. When we're talking about index numbers, 5 is 6. When we're talking about how big the number of items in our thing, we need +1. -1. Yeah. No. No, this is right. The output signal is right. We have 6 items in our list. And this is iterating through it. We're gonna be about that. I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a good state right now. We have like... This is important work. This is important work. We get this thing working, it's like we'll never have to run back to our factory to be like, I need more of this. When we research something new, we just have to introduce the new object into one of these constant combinators, and then it will automatically produce it for us, as long as they have base materials. That's the goal. Getting there. Okay, so Joy, we have our sub list. Remember, this is all our sub list to this. This is our big list. This is all the things we want to build. We assign a thing. We're going to iterate through it, because this thing is going to iterate for us. Same thing up here. 6. We're on 6. Let's make sure our actual, like... The fix that I did here is an important one. Which is... This is sort descending. This is sort ascending, so that's fucked up. Don't be that way. Let's just fuck to that. There's no index 5. Now, is this fucked because there is no index 5? Which is fine. Wait, but if I flip this, oh my god, it's gonna be inside. That's fine. Now, when I remove some of these, index 0. You're not giving me index 0, because index 0 is... Flip it. This will give us wire. Good. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what order these go in. We need to build them all. So... I mean, it does matter what order we go into. Doesn't it? You want to go from left to right. But then you want to go the other way. You want to go this way. And this is fine then. We add 1 plate. It didn't switch. Why didn't it switch? Definitely. Well, no, the next thing is steel, and we're not producing steel in here, so that's fine. That's fine. No panic there. Grab 1 more. Next increment. Now we're at rods. Perfect. 1 more increment. And we're at this. Perfect. That's how we want it to work. This is working. This is working. We're successfully iterating through our list. We need to create logic when it's done. We also need to create, so 2 points of logic we need to do. 1, when does it know to switch? And 2, when does it know to, what is it going to do once it has reached the end of the list? Let's work with when to switch, which is going to be based on this arm here. So this arm is going to do the switching. Right now, what is it doing? this is doing right now. Doing something. Doesn't matter. We're starting from scratch. We're gonna load a whole bunch load of plates in here to account for the size of any array. I mean, in this sub case, it's not gonna be bigger than like 12. But in this case up here, our array is gonna be pretty big. Fine, because as long as we're handling it with pieces, we're good. We want this to iterate in two circumstances. One, we have fulfilled our order. And our order is, what, 500? Yeah, this can go a few ways, honestly. Because we can get detailed, like, this thing is, what? Specifically, this thing is 4 copper cables, 8 iron sticks. If we want to build the order number, is it an order number? This is not really an order number. This is just like, we're always trying to build 500 of these things. Which I think is fine. I mean, building 500 trains is not good. Ah, shit. Building 500 trains is not good. What if we built based on stacks? Not to make things more complicated, but like, what if we're like, build 5 stacks of each thing? Go in like... Oh my god. No, don't do this. It's already so complicated. But it needs to be this complicated. It needs to be this complicated. I don't think it does need to be this complicated. Don't think it needs to be this complicated. But you're right, though. Like, if we come to the order where we're like, now we're building locomotives. Locomotives only have a stack size of 5. Building 500 of them is insane. Insanity. We don't want that. We do need to make it based on stack size. Christ. Okay. So if we're building it based on stack size, what are we doing? We come to an item, we have the item. We have to pull the stack size from it, which is fairly easy. Right? So from this thing, right, because this is giving us our signal. It's connected here. So first of all, let's just clean this up a little bit. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. Okay. So now we need another one of these, which is gonna tell us what the stack size is. What's the stack size of the input signals? What is our stack size? Just give me the number. How does this look like as a signal? Whoa, you're giving me all the parts too? What? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? What's the stack size of the input signals? My only input signal is... Oh wait, this is reading ingredients. Which actually is maybe very useful. Because this is our order. This is our order, baby. No, it's not. No. Not our order. This is just giving us stack sizes for too much information, which is not what we want. Give it a different wire. Give it a different wire. Problem is it's green. Make it red. Make it red. That's easy. We just take the same. This is our diode. Give ourselves a little diode. Diode is each thing greater than 1, output each. That's our diode. Nice and simple. Means we can take it. Nope. Isn't it? Well, it is, but we don't want all these things. We need a diode. Yeah, we need a diode here. Love that word, by the way. Hold on. Yeah, we need a diode here. We just need to separate this. And that's done with a diode. Simply here, instead of this going to here, this is going to go to here. And this goes to here. There's our diode. Now we should only be getting one signal. There we go. See? I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Now we just have our one. That's what we want. We don't need this diode because we put it in the right spot. Now green goes to here. Now we have the output signal of how many we need. Well, here's our order. Here's our order, essentially. 50. 50. Can this do a calculation for us? This could do a calculation for us, couldn't it? We've got this whole big setup so we can identify the different parts, but maybe we can also identify the amount that we need. And if we have the amount that we need coming out here, then we can get this thing to build that amount until it fulfills or till it's idle, and then move on to the next thing. Adding more and more complication, as usual. Okay. What's this rock doing? This rock needs help. Repair a rock. Get it right. There we go. Almost mined. No, I mined it. Icarus flew too close to the sun. Okay. Okay, so hold on. Let's think about this. This is giving us... I'm just going to disconnect this for now. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not outputting anything, but... So... Funny thing. This is giving us... This is reading our contents. Read contents. Read ingredients. Read ingredients tells us the amount? Let's tell us the amount. Look at that. That's how much we need per thing. That's good. That's really good. This whole thing here, where does it stop? I could just do that. Like that, and now we have the exact count of the things that we need for one. But then we multiply it by the stack. And then we have our order. Right? Yes. Because this isn't just outputting... give me index 0. Yeah, see, this is inputting how much we actually want. Why don't we just subtract that by what we have in there? And if equals 0, then there's no signal. That way. If we give this thing an arithmetic culminator, and we say each signal minus What are you outputting? What is this? Gimme, gimme, gimme. What is this? What is this amount here? Huh? Right. I mean, it could be right. You need a separate one. You need a separate one from the actual ones. This would have to be like there. You would set recipe. And read ingredients. That's what we want there. We disconnect this. And now we have the information. So the information we plug into here. So that. Okay. Then for each thing, give me a box. Give me a box. Quick, hand me a box. Green, red. Output. Each. Okay. Check this out. Give me one of these. Put it in here. Now this is not outputting. Okay, and this is useful because now we're doing a comparison. Comparing the items in our inventory to confirm that we have the amount. We just need to multiply this by the stack count, which is this. Where did we do the stack count? Here. Okay. So we're not doing this yet. This is good. I want to save this, but we're not doing it yet because we first need to compare it to, we first need to multiply it. That signal. What signal? This signal. So this signal is multiplied by, or you need to be not here, here. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, hold on. This is fine. We have the amount. Multiply this by multiply anything for each thing. Multiply it by. Does that have to be each? Gonna be any? Is this gonna work? Put green into here. No. Can we just put like any signal? Any signal. What? Why does this not work? Just red. Just red. Can I just like remove this? Multiply red by each one. And output it. No, hold on. For each one, multiply it by red. By green. Multiply. I mean, this will work, but I can't do it this way. It's nice, but I don't want to specify the signal. I want to just whatever signal is in there. And it's not going to be the same. Multiply it by any. Okay, so we can do this. It's just going to take one more piece, but it seems kind of silly that I can't just set it up that way. Here. Each. This is not going to work. Because it's trying to match them, right? That's why this doesn't work, because it's trying to match the two. If this was iron plates or rods, it would multiply it, but it's not. Why can't I just set it as like a constant number? I can. I just have to do the same thing I did before. So I don't know. Let's do blue. And then we just need to send this thing through a decider. What are you doing? You're going there. You're not going there anymore. You're going there. Each thing greater than 0. Output count. We're just like normalizing the signal. That's a derpy way of doing it, but enjoy that. Green. Now this will work. There we go. Funsies. Super funsies. Okay, so now we have our order. We have our suborder. I think. Walk me through what this is doing, because I'm completely lost. Okay. From scratch. From absolute scratch. Ready? Okay. Here is a list of things we want to build. The train that's going to kill me. It is going into a iterator. So we got two things going on here. First, this one, we're not using this yet, but we are determining the number of things that we have to build. We need that eventually to be able to increment through, because at some point we're going to have to tell this thing once we've reached the end of our list. That's what this is doing. This is giving us a specific index of one of these, and we haven't yet established the logic of how we're incrementing through. But it's essentially going to be fulfilling an order. You know, and maybe that's going to be like we actually designate a number here. And then it's going to check our inventory and see the difference. And then based on the difference, it's going to tell us how many of these we're going to build. Is that the case? Well, we're going to have a multiplier here. Right? Because right now we're just outputting a signal, which is this one. Okay, this is just giving us the index. Okay, this is just giving us the index. And like we can pipe in, honestly, we can just pipe in a combinator, a constant combinator here to give these signals a different value for an actual order number. More to come on that. Maybe we just multiply it by the stack and say this is how many stacks of these things we have. Doesn't matter. Getting too deep into something I haven't yet planned out. So this then is picking up what we're gonna build. It's running through this ridiculous grid and determining all the different parts that we need to build Z thing. Okay, not only is it determining the parts, but also the number of the parts that we need for each one. In order to build a single one of these, this is going to hold the entire signal of how many we need. It gets moved around here and gets pumped out to here. Signal comes all the way around, and it's coming out here. Here's a list. Here's a list of all the things we need to build in order to build one of those. We're going to multiply it by a stack, right? Multiplying it by a stack. Okay, so again, we've kind of replicated what we've got up here to deal with the incrementing, because we have to tell our machines to first build all the subparts and then build the actual parts. So here we've got a signal of our subparts. We're running it through, giving it an index. Once again, we have an indexer to increment through what this is going to do. Now walk me through this part here. This part's a bit... I'm losing it. Okay, so we identify one of the indexes. So we're building something right now based on this. Right now we're at 0. We can increment up to the next thing, assuming that the thing can actually build it. So these things don't build steel beams, but we give it one more. And then suddenly our thing switches to wire. This thing is going to increment up. This thing is essentially allowing us to move through our list of things to build. With that, once we get to the thing, we're sending the thing here. This is just also a determiner. This is not actually going to build anything. This is just telling us that wire... what is this telling us? What is this thing doing? It's reading ingredients. That's fine. Recipe, read ingredients, read contents. Right, then we're multiplying... This is where I'm losing it. This had a very important purpose. It had something to do with stack sizes. This is giving us the amount of things that we need for a stack. Be multiplying it by... What is this? No, we're multiplying it by this. This. Oh god. I ran through the first part nice and smooth, so what's happening here? I'm dealing with stack sizes. I want to... Well, this thing is giving us how much we need per. This is multiplying, but it's not. Something's not right here. We just need to multiply these by the number of stacks. That's what we're doing up here. Right. This is where it's coming from. Sorry, I forgot this part. So this part here, we're identifying the stack size of the main thing. We're just sending it... these are 50. So we're going to build 50 of these, assuming we're going to build 50 of these. I guess we're handling our sub-recipes based on stack sizes. That we're not going to build something unless we're able to build a whole 50 of it with subparts. I think is fine. Like, for some reason, we're iterating through our items, and we cannot build one stack worth of material, then it's going to jump to something else. Is that reasonable? I think it's pretty reasonable, isn't it? I mean, I don't think there's any sort of material that's like... You don't ever want to build a stack size. Another thing about stack sizes, they kind of scale with the thing itself. They also like make it so we're not going to overflow the particular item, like locomotives, which only have a 5 stack size. Okay. So we're giving ourselves a stack size. It's flowing into here. And we're multiplying. What are we multiplying here? 4. Right, so we're multiplying the specific item that we're building now by the amount that we need to build a stack. Good. Okay. Cool, that's where we're at. Then we need a splitter here, honestly. And it needs to be right here. So this is good. This is good. So we need this going up here to our actual machine. And then this is going to tell us how many of those things we want to build. Why did I do this? This was related to our index thing again, wasn't it? No. Well, this was to test our actual inventory, wasn't it? Well, we know our stack size. We're feeding it into here. Red. And, okay, so wire. Give me a crap load of wire. Bring me a crap load of wire. Happens to be the item that we're working with. We gotta test it. Don't hit me, train. Bring me wire. Bring me wire. It's fine. I don't need more wire than that. 32 wire. That's fine. Don't hit me. Okay. We're asking for 200. Now if I'm like, yo, I've got 32 wire already, this is going to identify that difference. Now this is the signal to actually output. Question. I'm getting more than one signal here. In fact, I'm getting a lot of signals here. This is identifying each. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Why do we need the arithmetic culminator? Can't I just say if this is greater than that? I don't think we need this. I think this is like a nice thing, but in fact you just want... I think you just want a decider. I think you just want a decider. We want the decider to take the difference between these two. Let's give this green. Let's give this red. And we're just going to take for each thing. If red is less than green, maybe I do need that thing. Other way around. If red is greater than. Nope, nope, nope. No. No. No, we do need to subtract from it. I'm wrong. We do need to subtract from it. God, what did I have here? I'm outputting the amount that we want to create. telling it what we have. Red wire. For each thing, subtract each thing. Output each thing. What? No, this is fine. We've made the subtraction. No. I'm fatiguing my brain pretty hard. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to give this a signal to build. I only want to give this a signal to build if stack size, which is this thing, 50. If the stack size of the thing is less than, no, greater than, if green is greater than this, output that. What? I mean, this is successfully giving me 1. This is very important. No, this works, honestly. Why is this here? Red. Here, okay. Remove this. Yeah. Give me a culminator. Red. Green. You're outputting, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter? You don't want to double up on this signal, whatever this is. You just want the base signal off of this. Red. You just do red. No. Why are you giving me both? Does it matter you giving me both? I'm fucking confused. Why is this giving me more than red? Oh, right, because this is reading context. Yeah, so we need this to be green. I've got this. I've got this. This needs to be green. Now we just have that. We're going to output anything that is green. Just the output. If breathe. The difference between these two things is we need a Boolean. We need a true or false here. Put this if this is greater than that. No. Ark. Come on, brain. You can get there. I don't, like, why do I have 2 of these signals here? I don't want both of these signals. Why am I taking both of these signals? Because they're giving me the stack size of this. Fine. I don't care. No, but then each thing is wrong. I need to filter out this first. I need to get rid of this copper plate. I think it's gonna fuck shit up. Well, maybe not. Maybe it won't fuck shit up. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Just make this work. Just make this work. We want to output wire. We want to output wire if your is equal to 0. If this minus this equals to 0. So we need another one of these. Maybe. Really don't have any power, huh? Embarrassing. Green wire, red wire. Green wire. Red wire. Each thing you have to filter it out. You have to filter out these dummy signals. They're not helping. Also, why do we have an iron here? Where did this frickin' iron come from? Someone explain to me where this iron came from. Oh, right, it's coming from here. Me, man. This is just getting way too bonkers. It's getting way too bonkers. Why have the bugs not destroyed me? Another train out of fuel. Isn't that how this whole episode started? We just come in full circle and accomplish nothing. Too indicative of my life. I'm getting there. What am I missing here? I'm trying to get... I feel like there's just such more of an easy thing here that I'm putting 4. We're multiplying it by the stack size. Great. Okay, why don't we just output this? Why don't we just output this to there? Isn't this just everything we need? No, because this isn't taking into account this. So you need to take the results of this, compare them to your actual inventory. Doing here. And if it's less than 0, and you can guide the signal with this. Trust me. You can do this. Green is your out. Okay. So this thing is already going here. Now I just need to say if I need another signal going here. It's not green or red. I'm already using green and red. Because I need to output that signal. No, you don't. You don't need to output that signal. You don't need this. What you need here is... Nothing. You don't need anything here. But I can't just do this. I can't just go for each thing that is less than 0. Put everything. I mean, I could. And then I just need another combinator. another culminator that is going to filter out the dummy signals at the end, which is based on this and this. But I'm still getting the fucking signal. Why am I getting this signal out here again? I just want the one output signal. The index value. Oh, right, because I'm doing this. Like, don't I just need to separate this? Like, why is this... Okay, they just need to be a different color. Not a big deal. Just make this green. There. There you go. We'll put red. What? Okay, so now we're outputting the ones that are less than... Oh my god. We're comparing the two signals. We're not comparing the two signals anymore. What did we just do? What is this? Now we're not even getting that signal anymore. Because we switched it. What? Hey, does that mean we just need a red here then? Now we're getting what we want? No? Yes? Yes. Okay, so if each of these is less than... Put it. And then here... We just subtract them by whatever's left? No, like, why are we getting this red, man? Get this red out of here. Why is this red here? Why am I getting this red copper signal? Like, it's just bleeding into here. From where? From here. This thing is creating it. Why am I connecting this here? I need to compare the two. Okay, so I need to filter out the signal here. Like right now, this is sending there. Now I need a diode here. What does this diode look like? It's just a comparison between these two. Oh my god. This is too complicated. I'm going to solve too many problems at once here. Take out the red from here. Go red. Instead of going in here, go in here. Now we don't have it. This is primo. This is what we want. This is good. Now we just have the copper. So now we're taking in everything that we need. We need this thing to not read ingredients. We need this thing to read ingredients? Reading? Just derpy. I think I'm just doing things in a derpy way. Don't read ingredients. There we go. Oh my god. Break it? I don't think so. We're doing a negative. Anything that is less than, send it through. Doesn't matter because we're isolated the actual recipe. It should work. This should work. What? Why did that happen? No, I gave you a very specific... Oh wait, I didn't set this up yet. We need this anymore? No, we don't need it anymore because we filter it out back here. This is redundant now. This is checking the difference, giving us a difference. If this is less than 0, when it hits 0, it means it matches, so we've filled the order. Yes. I'm not angry, I swear. There we go. We did it. What did we do? How much wire did you give me? 200. Beautiful. So if we happen to get 200 wire, and we no longer... We have fulfilled our order based on 1 stack size. Holy crap. We do no longer have 200 wire. Now we're sending that signal. Is this good? I wish you can see my face right now. A little bit contorted. A little bit contorted. Okay. I need to refill my tea. I need to re-energize this brain. Okay, let's run it through one more time. Before we take a break, let's run it through one more time. We have a list of orders. We have things that we want. It is going through, and we are identifying the number of things that we want because we need to know how big our list is eventually. We're selecting a specific thing based on an iterator, which we will program, but we need to program when we're iterating to the next thing still. Not getting there yet, we're going to get there next. We've identified the thing that we want to build, a specific one. Here's the thing we want to build. Here's all the possible things that can go into it. So this big grid is doing, it's breaking up whatever it is into... I mean, this is the real test, right? What if I start just flipping this thing? Let's see, we're on index 6. Let's go, I don't know, index number... this. Right now we're building solar panels. I'm worried because we're not showing anything here. I'm really worried because we're not showing anything there with the brick. Oh wait, because we're trying to build wire. Oh, damn it. What is our output here? Oh, because our index is out of range, right? This is what we need to... Is our index out of range? 0, 1, 2. No, it's not out of range. The only reason here is that we're not getting things because our index number currently... This is a good point, actually. This is a good learning thing. When we reset this, we also have to reset this and not get hit by a train. That's always a base rule. Just don't get hit by a train. We have to reset this. We'll say we're on thing number 1. Also a thing that we don't have. Say we're on the original thing. Yeah, we got this going out. And what we're asking to do here is to build 750 of them. Why 750? Because in order to build a full stack of these, we need 750 of these. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking we're going to have issues. It's not an insignificant number of circuits. 150 for a stack of these. I mean, that's not bad. Like one stack of these puts things into perspective, though, doesn't it? The panels are cheap. Well, actually, there's 750 circuits. So why am I not... Why is wire not on my list? What the frick? Wire should be on my list. Why is wire not on my list? Why did this not work? I mean, clearly I've identified wire here. What? Why is wire not getting identified here? Because if we look at these, I'm missing a wire here. Ah, there we go. Now we got wire. Yeah, now we got wire. Now our list is complete. We're missing one wire here, which is an important thing to note in my blueprint. Do I update my blueprint now? Don't talk to me. Talk to me about blueprints. Okay, we fixed that. That was an easy fix. We've got wire now in our list. We're iterating through our list one by one. We're starting with 0, apparently. Not what we should start with. We should start the other way around. Let's start the other way around. Ah. Okay. It worked. It magically worked. It's good to know that. Sort ascending is what we need. It should also be sort ascending. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it matters so much, but it matters a little bit. I don't think it matters too much. There's that whole, like, errant signal that's coming out, which honestly has me a little confused. Why is it coming out here? Boy. Didn't I fix this? Yeah, I fixed it here and I didn't fix it here, and I should fix it here before I lose my mind. This is from the iterator, which is green wire. Where's the green wire connected to? Here? Here, 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 here. In the culminator. Right. Okay. Simple fix. Just make the... Because the output is green. I'm gonna throw up. Blah. We have a signal. I think it's a number. We're just outputting that number into the back of this so that we have an index number. However, if you make it the same wire, and this is the issue, so this just needs to be green. There. I think that's the fix. Yeah, I think it still works now, but now we're not introducing this green thing in there. It's still there. It's not showing up here. Why is my input signals... I didn't take a break. I said I was going to take a break. This is... Okay, I think we fixed this. Hopefully that doesn't cause more issues. We're identified the item that we want to build based on our index iterator here. cycle through. We haven't yet established our cycling method, but we've got it incremental and working its way down, descending, ascending, ascending order, top to bottom. Yeah, because for some reason that's the way our signal's coming out here, which is fine. Honestly, not a big deal. As long as it's in order, which it seems to be. Well, hold on. Let's switch this. Let's give this a different item. This is fascinating. Okay, so now we're sorting descending. Obviously can't build those. This is not right. This is not going to be right. Fuck. Our list is bad. Lists are always going to be bad unless we have like a prioritizer. Unless we identify. We need to add something to our output list here. And we need to add a clear indication of what is higher value versus lower value. Because this is not doing it itself. We can't rely on it to be consistent. Like switching this isn't going to make it consistent. I don't think. It's tough. Because we also need to preserve the number, right? That's why we introduced the number. Well, that's also why we took it out. But hold on, maybe we don't need the number. Maybe we're pulling the stack size from the wrong spot. I mean, the stack size up here is fine, but maybe we just output the single ones here. No, they're still not in a good order. They're still not in a good order. You look at the circuit is in order before the wire. However, the little spinny engine is after compared to the other one. This ordering thing is not working. I am gonna throw up. Go back to output count because that's giving us an idea. Well, what is it giving us an idea of? Read contents, read ingredients. They're all reading ingredients? They have to. We're setting recipe and then reading ingredients. I mean, this is a full list of the things that we need to build one of those, isn't it? But this one's even identifying that we need liquids. I didn't even think about incorporating liquids into this. I mean, I think we just add our, it'd be pretty simple. We just add our inventory to the liquid. Oops. The cat's meowing at the door. Feel my brain stress. Yeah, we're just gonna save this here. We've done some good progress. Do I need to give myself any notes, or am I just hoping that I'm gonna remember all this later? I mean, I might come back to this, look at it, and be like, this is all wrong. Truthfully. Where's our train out of gas again? Train is out of gas. You big surprise. Big surprise. Where's my fast car? It's my super fast car. Zoom. Fuel, we do have fuel. Zoom, zoom. This is a problem. Did you guys run into each other? No. You're at a signal light. Good for you. Man, you barely made it. You didn't make it. But you are dropping off. I just didn't set up the system for it. Clearly that's on me. Clearly that's on me. Just doing... Good question. What are you doing? We're gonna do rocket fuel, but we're not there yet. We want them in boxes, I guess. At least a box. There and back again. Oh my god, what's going on here? Another traffic jam? Why? You're trying to turn while you're stuck. Well, why are you stuck? There's no reason for you to be stuck. It's because I didn't see. This is why, like, you just gotta use these signals. When you have, like, a very tight-knit area of rail that has, like, a lot of intersections, it's best just to use the traffic signals. These, like, further ones are just for, like, long ranges, I think. They become a bit problem. That, like, if you have a big intersection, those ones can be useful to predict the start of the intersection, but every step along the way is, like, delineated by these multi-lighted ones here. Because I have one of these here, he's looking up. For some reason, he's like, it's identifying both of these as light for some reason. Like, this guy should be able to go now, yeah. There we go. Good job, guys. You're smart. Now, is this guy gonna get stuck? I was having issues with these two guys. This is green, so he should be okay. Let's see if Phil's is... It's duty. If he goes and you're happy, good. Good. This is happening. Fuel. 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 I'm gonna leave my stream here, I think. I need a break. I need to eat something. Hydrate my fuel. Let me take a break. May come back for more. We'll see. Enjoy the view of my trains in the meantime. I'm gonna save it now, though. Just in case I get eaten. Yee. What is going on? I noticed my trains stopped running. What the fuck? What the fuck? Right? Well, I was having nice train traffic for a while, and then all of a sudden, who's plugging this up? Who's plugging all this up? This. Promise you it's this. This needs to be red. However, this is also an issue. We have really close signals here. So this might be a case where we actually want... Where's this guy going? He's going straight through. Has he stopped? He should only be stopped if he's turning. Does that mean putting signal light there? And then there? Back. I want him to go straight through. So what if we just don't put a signal light there? We just remove this. I think it's still an issue though. I mean, it's going to unplug it for now, but I think we're still going to have an issue here. I'm going to reload it because that was a lot of time AFK. But I still need to fix that. Usually if you have an intersection issue like that, you either want to make your the conception of your intersection bigger or smaller. Stoplight there in case that's going, and that's fine. Maybe we just remove that. And then make one of these. And we do the same thing on this side. I think this is fine. We want to stop before we enter. Maybe not. We don't necessarily want to stop here. Right? I mean, that's fine because it's long enough. But if you're stopping there, it might cause an issue. What if we just remove this? I think that's fine. And then we can even put like here. We delineate that one. The train can come here, stop, and someone can still go through. I think we worked it out. Problem is, like, do we have the same issue on the other side? Don't think so, because we don't have an immediate intersection after. We weren't really accounting for that well. Let's get back to our potion production. Doing this last night. What do we got? We need to finish this. We got steel and brick coming. We just need our... Right, I think I was determining that we weren't actually getting enough red circuitry. Not accounting, we're not filtering yet, so we gotta redo this a little bit. First, I think we merge these together. Filter off our wire. And then down here, we can filter for quality. It's this big. Balls work. Right? It's right, but it's reversed. Can just go, what is it, H? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're filtering for quality. Now we can merge them. There we go. Okay, that's good. We can also split off because we need red circuits here. So let's split these off here. Here, no, where are we actually letting them off? Okay. Okay. Just me has already thought of that. Grabby arm. Grabby arm. Sure. Furnaces are now automated, and that should give us enough to make our potions. Take a long ass time to make. We definitely should filter for quality here. Reverse this. Okay, so we got our quality, not so good quality ones coming out there. We filtered our theirs. Now we just need to combine these three into 20. What do we say, 20? Boy. 20 of these. Essentially this. I don't want to use that because it's old. Let's go 5. Oh, we need 2 times. There's space for this. We've got material here and here, so we're going to combine it here. What the ratio is like. We are doing, let's see, 1. Okay, so we want, I think we definitely want our rails to be on their own belt. And the other 2 will merge. So I'll put belts in the bottom. Bring belts down here, come up. And these will come up here, merge. And then go through to 20. Do 4 sets of 5. 5 sets of 4. 4 sets of 5. No, just 20, just 20. Math? 2 sets of 5. 2 sets of 5. Let's do 2 sets of... We'll export in the center. Export in the center. Right? Merge 2 belts together, export in the center. Okay. That should be fine. One belt, 2 belts. That or which? Guess we'll do the merge belts down the center. That. Red arms. Please. And red arms will distribute far. Like here. Like so. Opposite on the other side. Distribute there. From there. Mm-hmm. 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 Is our power cover 5? Yes. And then this is going to be our main line. Just need to double this. Something like that. We're creating better quality potions. Isn't there a, what's the button for information? And inventory transfer. No, that's not right. 1. No. Ooh, connect trains. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Not quite there yet. I'm going to save it here, though. Stop the stream here. Thanks for tuning in. We're almost there. We're almost at the next potions. Just have to hook this